protest, and everybody cheers, and I said, no, you should be booing. We went from 10 to 20,000 with 500,000 dying. So we got the price of generic medicine from $600 a year to $190 a year to $60 a year. And then we began to work in these various countries. And in Cambodia, we were asked to work with 2 orphanages. There were a lot of children who were orphaned. So there's a picture, the big picture in my book, Giving, in the front of me holding a baby. The child's name is Basil, and he's a Cambodian baby whose father had died and his mother was desperately ill, and she found her way into an orphanage just across the border in Vietnam, and then she was sent back. The baby was, his mother died before he was a few weeks old. So this child all alone was put into an orphanage in Cambodia. And I held this baby when he was about 10 months old. He was, the mortality rate of children who are born HIV positive, who don't get medicine, is 50% by age 2, 80% within a couple of years thereafter. This child was going to die, and he was a beautiful child. A couple of years later, I wrote this book and put his picture in the front of it about giving, about what you're here doing. And I was in Southern California signing my book. It's shameful, but you can always sell books if you go sign them. And so this guy comes through the line to get me to sign his book, right? And all of a sudden, he says, oh, I brought you this. And I open it up, it's a picture of all the kids and all the people working at the orphanage in Cambodia saying, thank you, Mr. President. This man was a volunteer, he worked there all the time. And I turned it around, and there was a picture of Basil, 2 years older, standing up straight, spiky hairdo. He looked like he was a, aspiring rock star. And now he's older still. And someday he'll graduate from college, and somebody just like you decided he should not die. On the back of my book, there's a picture of me walking along in a refugee camp in Aceh, in Indonesia, where people were living a long time after the tsunami still in these tents, and it was hot, miserable, and if you've ever worked in a natural disaster, you know the hardest thing to do is to get the housing right. It is an interminable, endless